Hello everybody and welcome back to another video for the day. We are heading back into r/AmITheDevil, and if you guys would love to be absolutely amazing, show your support and see more videos like this one in the near future, be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment down below to start up them wholesome internet discussions, and if you guys have not already, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notifications. Also, if you guys would like to save 10% on your next order of gamer subs, use code Tommy at checkout or click the link down below. It applies to your transaction automatically and it helps support the channel. Thank you. Would I be the a-hole if I told my boyfriend his dogs are ugly? Yeah, doy. What the heck did the dog do to you? Throw away just in case he hasn't read it. Ah yes, just in case he hasn't read it, not in case you are obviously found to be in the wrong here. My boyfriend has two pug dogs. They've been with him as long as he can remember, and he loves them so much. He's always sending me pictures of them or showing me them in person. The issue is, pugs freak me out. I genuinely believe they are some of the most unfortunate dogs ever. Their breathing, the way they walk, and their face just all makes me feel icky. I know it's not their fault. They didn't choose to be born that way, and I would never hurt or disrespect them. I just hate looking at them. This seems small, but he loves them so much and always tells me about how cute they are and showing me pictures, and I don't like it. This isn't something that would make or break our relationship. I'm not telling him to get rid of them. They're family dogs. I couldn't do that to the dogs, and they were there long before me. I just don't want to hurt him by saying that I don't want him to send me pics of them, and then having to explain why. So, would I be the a-hole if I told my boyfriend his dogs are ugly? Edit. Thank you to everyone for giving me a new perspective on the issue. Before, I only talked to one friend of this who said my issue was not a big deal. However, I understand that if someone said that they didn't want to see my cats because they are ugly, I'd be a little sad too. Some of y'all, however, are acting as if I'm actively tormenting them, / telling him mean things for the sake of telling him just to hurt him. I'd be the a-hole, I understand, and that I can accept and adjust accordingly. But I do not treat my boyfriend with anything other than love and respect. And assuming anything other than that is from this short post, where I proactively try to find out if something I do may hurt him, is stupid. Edit 2. It's very clear that some of y'all take offense and find me the a-hole for simply not liking a dog breed. I'm here to tell you, it's just isn't that serious. I think pugs are ugly. They make me nauseous. It is a fact that their selective breeding has caused them to have numerous health problems because of their appearance and body shape. That's the reality of it. If that makes you that upset, I don't know what to tell you. That doesn't make me a bad person, regardless of how you feel. Edit 3, because this is kinda ridiculous. I was posted on r/AmITheDevil, gee, I wonder where that post is. And maybe y'all aren't understanding some things. 1, I'm not asking him to get rid of his dogs. I don't hate them, I just think that they are ugly. 2, when we move out, he will not be taking his family dogs with him, and I will not be taking my cats with me. That are also family animals. 3, I'm not walking up to him and saying, your dogs are ugly. This whole post is in the instance that I do say I don't want pictures of them. And he asks me why. 4, our relationship is amazing, with both of us planning to move in together and getting married in the next couple of years. So, to y'all saying you hope that my relationship fails because I find his family dogs ugly, get help please. 5, I stand by the fact that some of y'all just seem more upset over the fact that I find some dogs ugly than the actual prompt, which I've admitted that I'd be the a-hole for the way that I go about it. My concern was his feelings, not whether you felt offended that I believe pugs are unsettling. Y'all are overdramatic. So because you find your boyfriend's dogs ugly, you want him to not send photos to you? Look, whether or not you find the dogs interesting or not, or unsettling or not, it doesn't take away from the fact that your boyfriend's very passionate about their pets, and I think that's a very good trait to have. And sure, it might not be the most appealing to you, but that doesn't mean that they aren't appealing to him. And I think that if somebody's passionate about loving their animals, then I think that's fantastic. Like for myself, yeah, I didn't really think that Sphinx cats were that attractive and all, but I wound up making a couple of friends, and one of them happens to have a Sphinx cat. And little Bingus there was just a regular cat. They just like the hairy babies, except, without the hair, and I think that's pretty cool. If I was dating somebody who had, like, a pet that was like that, I don't really think I would have a problem with them at all. But making an alt to say that your boyfriend's dogs are ugly, not too much of a fan of that. Yes, pugs and bulldogs, that whole species of subsection of dog, they very much have been bred to, unfortunately, have respiratory problems, and you would need a corrective surgery to correct such thing. But that doesn't mean that they're not bad. Personally, out of all of them, my favorite are either English or French bulldogs. Like, just the bulky guys, or the ones that are shaped like potatoes with legs. At the end of the day, they're still just dogs. They're just happy to see you regardless. If you don't like a dog breed, that's one thing, but trying to find an outlet to just outright call them ugly, that just seems rude and uncalled for. Cheated for years on girlfriend/wife. I, 27M, started dating my wife, 25M, in summer of 2017. Around that time, an old friend, F26 from high school, reached out and was also interested in dating me. At the time, my wife had a very rough home life filled with this and poverty, and I felt incredibly bad for her. I let her move in with me early 2018, and things went pretty okay for the first few months. But as soon as I learned her and I were not compatible, and this relationship wouldn't last. Over time, I still occasionally talked to my high school friend. She was aware that I had a girlfriend living with me, but I assured her that things were not that serious. And things were only like this to help my girlfriend get out of a bad home life. My plan was to help my girlfriend find a decent job, and support her for a bit until she was back on her feet, and then break up with her and start dating the high school friend. Well, weeks turned into months, and no changes had been made. Girlfriend had trouble finding a steady job and had no aspiration for education. But I couldn't find it in my gut to break it off, and knowing if I did, she could possibly be homeless. So I smiled and pretended to be happy with her. Every chance I got, I would text and call my high school friend. We talked for hours nearly every day. I worked a job where I was alone at an office for most of my days, so it worked out. We video called, talked about our dreams, and planned our lives together, given I could get the guts to leave my girlfriend, and shamefully even texted quite a bit. We met up in person a few times as well, but this was a pretty hard thing to pull off due to many reasons, so it didn't happen much. This girl was my soulmate, and I was just waiting for the right time to make my move. But I never did. Nothing ever happened. I folded under the pressure of family and friends and married my girlfriend in 2022. I'm pretty tech savvy, and my wife is not, so it wasn't hard to hide the messages and call logs. My mistress learned my schedule and knew exactly when I would be at work every day so that we could talk. Neither one of us told another soul. She dated a few guys during all of this time and always kept our secret and let it continue. We were 1,000% in love, but I just couldn't throw my girlfriend/wife out on the streets, even if I knew her and I weren't meant to be. This went on from 2017 all the way until summer of 2023. My mistress and I finally decided it had went on long enough and ripped the band-aid off. We both knew I didn't have the heart to ever do what needed to be done, so that was it. I haven't heard from her in over a year now, and I'm still heartbroken. The worst part is that I can't tell anyone that I'm heartbroken. And that's what I get for not having the guts to do the right thing. Yes, you're the one that's heartbroken, totally not going to be your significant other in about 5 seconds when she finds out. I've said it before, and I will continue to always say it again. I don't think I will ever understand anybody's motivation to cheat, because the easiest way to not cheat is to never get in a relationship. I don't know what it is about people that think, oh yeah, hey, I'm happy in this relationship with this person, but I want a little more. I don't think that'll never register in my head. I don't see any reasoning for it. It just seems stupid, and you mess up somebody else for your own personal greed. It's completely messed up. And what's even stupider is that there are people on the internet that'll make this entire thing and still asking at the end of the day, hey, was I bad for doing this? Screw you, and screw anybody that supports your decision. Am I the a-hole for not liking how my girlfriend dresses for work? So I, 43M, don't think that I'm in the wrong here, but my mother is very angry at me. And my best friend said that I was a horrible person for saying what I did, and I'd be lucky if my girlfriend didn't put me out with the garbage, since I decided I wanted to act like trash. My girlfriend, 34F, is a preschool teacher, and for some reason, I can't explain she dresses like Miss Frizzle, like a dress with the pattern or whatever they are studying. She makes a lot of them herself, now including matching masks. The kids love it, and the parents seem to think that it is great. I don't like the amount of attention that she gets, honestly. I'd prefer if she came home and changed before running any errands. On Friday, she helped my mom with something after work, and she was still in her weird dress. I have told her before I don't like it when she dresses that way, but she tells me I don't have to like it, but I have no right to tell her how to dress. I was upset when she went out like that with my mother, and told her that my mom said she was embarrassed to ask that she please not dress like that again if they are going out. I was not expecting her to call my mom and apologize. When my mom asked what she meant, she told her what I said. My mom was furious. It explained that she doesn't have a problem with how my girlfriend dresses, and thinks that it is great that she spends extra time doing things to engage with her students. My mom then yelled at me for lying to my girlfriend and trying to throw her under the bus because I was being an insecure jerk. My girlfriend and I got into a huge fight. I said that she should be embarrassed to be seen in public like that. She said the only thing she was embarrassed by was me. She hasn't spoken to me or done anything for me since. My girlfriend said I was horrible and called me trash. I shouldn't have lied, but I think my girlfriend should take what I think about her clothes into consideration, and I'm not sorry for expecting her dress more appropriately in public. Am I really such an a-hole here? Doi, yes. Edit. I'm sure you all will be pleased to know that we broke up tonight. She said I'm too controlling and narrow-minded, so she broke up with me. And you know what? I'm rooting for her. She's very much better off like this, you dummy. She was doing something that she was outright enjoying. It was creative. It was fun. The students loved it. The students' parents loved it. Everybody around her loved it. Except you. For some reason, you thought that it was stupid. The only one embarrassed by all of this was you, because for some reason, you had a problem with your wife enjoying doing something that she wanted to do. She put time and effort into those outfits. And did you think that it was neat? No. For some reason, you thought that it was an embarrassment. So yeah, I'm very glad that she broke up with you, because odds are she's very much happier off where she is now than when she was before with you. Am I the a-hole for demanding my mom reimburse me for the Christmas gifts mother-in-law returned? My mother-in-law is a strange woman. She is pretty mean, and she seems incapable of doing most normal things, such as taking on a matriarchal role, being a grandmother, inviting her new dad-in-law into the family, etc. That being said, she is somewhat aware that this isn't normal, and she feels guilty and tries to make up for it with extravagant gifts. I am pregnant. Mother-in-law could not be less interested. She also didn't invite us to Christmas, has plans to be out of the country when I am due, and hasn't seen her son in person in maybe 9 to 10 months for no real reason. Mother-in-law did mention that she would buy us everything for the nursery for Christmas. I was in shock. she bought us thousands worth of baby furniture. To be clear, I don't feel that we are taking advantage of her. She has admitted that she feels bad that we don't get along and that she isn't interested in trying. She even said once the only thing that she can give her son is money, so please just take it. Well, my mom saw mother-in-law's boyfriend on Christmas at about 10 p.m. at a CVS and began tormenting him, demanding to know if he left mother-in-law, because CVS is totally the place a newly single man would go to. Sarcasm. Mother-in-law's boyfriend can be kind of ridiculous and started cussing my mom out. My mom and her friend followed them through CVS and continued to ask him about mother-in-law and say demeaning stuff about how he must just want this because she has nothing else to offer. He kind of has anger issues and began cussing them, calling them fat bees, saying really below-the-belt stuff. My mom video called me crying, and I was tired and confused and told him to apologize. I didn't really get what was going on, but I don't like how him and mother-in-law always bring up people's bodies. So I just said to say sorry and move on. Mother-in-law was pissed and called my husband and called me ungrateful. My husband said we didn't fully get how bad that the situation was, and my mom was out of line. My husband did say the mother-in-law's boyfriend has some issues he needs to work through, and he can't act like that. This isn't the first time he has come to her defense by going nuclear. Mother-in-law called him an a-hole and returned all of the gifts. I called my mom in tears and said that she did this. She has been told so many times to leave this man alone, and she is the reason mother-in-law went back on her promise. My mom said that she was sorry and she has issues with peer pressure and going along with her friends. I said sorry doesn't do anything, and if she really wants to make it right, then she needs to replace everything that mother-in-law returned. You know, you would really hope that people mature after they graduate high school, but yeah, it really is unfortunate that some people never get past that point and just think that, oh yeah, this is a proper way to act when you see somebody. Hey, you know what? I see that person. I'm gonna berate them inside of a CVS. But with that, that is going to have to be it with the video. If you guys would love to be absolutely amazing, show your support and see more videos like this one in the near future, be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment down below to start up them wholesome internet discussions, and if you guys have not already, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notifications. And I'll be sure to see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching, and bye-bye!